Hello, everyone. My name's Derek Kim. I'm currently a rising senior at Seoul Foreign School, and I'll be the head and tutor of EduConnect's Economics Department, more specifically, IB Economics. Uh, Welcome to our first class, first of all. Uh, Today, we're going to be covering Chapter 1 from Unit 1, which is Introduction to Economics. And hopefully, if we get far enough, we'll cover Chapter 2, which is a part of the Unit 2 Microeconomics curriculum. Sorry. So the EduConnect's economics curriculum will be based on the official IB economics curriculum here. This is a textbook that we'll be using. Yeah, so let's start. So this is an overall brief summary of the syllabus. Here we have Unit 1, which is Introduction to Economics, Unit 2, which is Microeconomics, Unit 3, which is Macroeconomics, and here we will have another unit, Unit 4, which is the global economy. And throughout this course, we're going to go as far as possible. Hopefully, we'll reach macroeconomics, which I believe we will. So, yes, I'm glad that you guys are here watching this video, which means that you guys are interested in economics, which makes me very happy as economics is my top is my favorite academic subject, as well as my future major, as I am a rising senior now. So we'll start here. So first off, Unit 1, Introduction to Economics. So here we have the unit summary, which is, so we're going to go through each of the conceptual understandings. So 1, economics is a social science in which there is independence between people who interact with each other to improve their economic well-being. So if you see here, interdependence, economic well-being, these are all keywords. These are all key terminologies that will be studied further throughout the course. Yeah, and you can notice that these are all bolded in black. So if you continue, who are influenced and empowered by their values and natural surroundings. 2, the economic world is dynamic and subject to continuous change, another keyword. Economic theories are founded on the principles of logic, complemented by empirical data. So empirical data, as in data that is collected through experience and time, used to build models that try to explain our complex economic world, as well as individuals and groups of individuals display motivations and behaviors that are complex and varied. So when we say economics, many people think, oh, economics is a very stuck up, very boring kind of subject. But if you look into it, people who do psychology will also get along with economics very well, because economics also not only analyzes how the market works, how basic economics works, how economics shifts and moves the world daily, but it also focuses on human behavior. So we'll learn further on. The two main concepts, supply and demand, are very important because they relate to human behavior as well. So if we study supply, if we study demand, supply comes very easily towards for us to understand. So economics has a lot to do with human behaviors, of how companies react in markets, how global economies are affected, how governments regulate interest rates. These are called macroeconomic policies, which we'll learn later on. So it's a lot. It's a mix of a lot of things. And if we continue, economic decision making is central to determining the relative economic well-being of individuals and societies. The key problem of economics derives from scarcity, which necessitates choice. This in turn leads all economies to confront trade-offs, opportunity costs, and the challenge of sustainability. So before I start reading off of the not reading off, but base off this lesson on the textbook, I have to tell you guys, there to study economics, you need to know one very central question. Actually, three, if you would say. It's whom to produce for, what to produce, and how to produce. These three questions are called the basic economic problem. So I'm just gonna pop up this piece of knowledge I have. Yes. So the basic economic problem is what economics is about. It's not to solve, but economics is a study to approach this question, how to produce goods and services, and for whom these goods and services are for, and what these goods and services actually are. And another important concept that we have to be familiar with is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is can be simply defined as the next best alternative. The next best alternative, as in, sorry, the next best alternative, as in, for example, you have 1 hour. You have 1 hour of free time, but you choose to, let's say, play a video game. But this 1 hour is strictly meant for your recreational hobbies. So if you say that if you're an avid movie fan, then your opportunity cost would be an hour of movie watching time lost, which would be the next best alternative. So it's what you're losing. It's the best option that you're losing. My example might have been a little broad, but it's the best example that you're losing. It's the best example that you're losing as a result of choosing one option. So we can apply maths here as well. So if we say, so if I pull up some very good examples of opportunity cost. So an example could be a college, college or gap year. So if you choose to take the job, you're giving up an amazing and educational travel experience. If you choose to take a gap year, you're giving up a lot of money. So either way, you're giving up on one thing to achieve the other. So that's a very important concept that we have to be familiar with to be successful when studying economics. Another one could be you have, let's say, $100. So option one would be to spend it on new shoes. Option two would be to invest the $100. Now, if you choose to invest the $100, your opportunity cost would be the shoe that you could have also bought with that money. But if you choose the shoes, then your opportunity cost would be the investment, and the future profits that the investment that you chose would bring in. So we have to be very familiar with those two concepts to be successful, as I mentioned before. Here, we'll continue. Economic thinking faces a number of debates. Among the most important of these is a debate between economic growth and equity, and the debate between free markets and their efficiency and government intervention. Unlimited economic growth based on the use of finite resources cannot continue indefinitely. Established theories and approaches to the issue of economic growth are being challenged by new models and social movements with a view to redesigning the economy to support long-term prosperity. So here we have the 7 main conceptual understandings for Unit 1, Chapter 1.